Okay, guys, this is my review of UFC 130. Let's first start off with saying that this card was semi-interesting. It was kind of lackluster. Not too much happened. I have to say that there were a lot of underdogs, in my opinion, that won fights tonight. So let's first start off with Bryan Stan versus Jorge Santiago. This fight was pretty interesting. You know, they were really standing up and banging and whatnot. Bryan Stan did what he does best, and he stood up, you know, with the strikes and whatnot, and landed very, very good right hands against Jorge, forcing Jorge to really try to go for the takedowns, which he did not. You know, he wasn't successful at them. And then, you know, when it came to the second round, he ends up getting caught with a short right hook, basically, and gets TKO'd in the second round. So Bryan Stan wins TKO in the second round. Then let's move to Thiago Elvis versus Rick Story. This one surprised me because I thought Thiago Elvis was going to come out there and pretty much land leg kicks and really keep Rick Story at bay since he's a wrestler. That did not happen. Rick Story basically does what a wrestler does and grab you and wrestle you and push you up against the cage and take hits and take you down and wrestle you, and just controlled Thiago Elvis just the entire 3 rounds, just takedown after takedown after takedown, control, get you against the cage, and it's just typical wrestler fighting styles. I mean, he did what he had to do to get the win, and not saying it made for an exciting fight, but Rick Story knew what he had to do to beat Thiago Elvis, and he did it. He fought a smart fight, and so Rick Story wins by unanimous decision. There you go. Then we have Stefan Struve versus Travis Browne. Brownie, you know, I like I said, I thought that Stefan was going to go in there, use his size to his advantage, use the jab, you know, since he has an extremely long reach and he's a lanky guy. But he didn't. He pretty much, you know, which baffles me, tried to get in the inside. You know, he tried to use some of his reach, but it was more of like an open end, you know, punches and nothing that was closed in and precise. Travis Browne, what he did was he used a lot of fast in and out movements, and that's what TKO'd. That's what KO'd Struve, is a Superman punch. He pretty much just jumped in, and it wasn't like he was this was his first time doing a jump in on Struve. He had been doing it for, you know, all through the first round, and Struve never caught on that the guy was just trying to jump in and jump out because he thought that Struve would use his reach, which he didn't, and just caught him straight down the middle, and KO'd Struve with the Superman punch. So Travis Browne wins that in the first round. Then we have Frank Mir versus Roy Nelson. Frank Mir came in there, you know, ready to bang. Roy Nelson knew that, came in there ready to bang also. But in this exchange, Frank Mir got the best of Roy Nelson due to his cardio and just really tiring Roy Nelson out and pushing him up against the cage and making him carry his weight. Got him on the ground, putting pressure on him. He just controlled Roy the entire 3 rounds, and just made Roy carry his weight, you know, made him work, and outstruck him and out-grappled him. And Frank Mir wins by unanimous decision on that fight too. I thought Roy was going to come in and use some better boxing, but I guess his boxing can't work when he has a big belly and and his conditioning wasn't up to par. I've seen him in better condition, even though he's been out of shape. So that he looks out of shape, I should say. And but his conditioning was not there, and he was dead tired, probably closer to the middle of the second round. And Frank definitely took advantage of that. We'll see what's next for Frank Mir, and Roy Nelson. Do I think Frank Mir's ready for a title contention #1 spot? No, I don't. But we'll see what they do. So then we have the main event, which was Quentin Rampage Jackson versus Matt Hamill. I was, not too excited about this fight, but I do like watching Rampage fight. And I just want to see how he could he go against a wrestler who he knew was going to whose main goal was to try to take him down. And the answer to that was yes. He stuffed all of Matt Hamill's takedowns with ease. I mean, with ease. He just stuffed them, did knees. He did some stuff that he normally doesn't do. He threw some elbows in there. He was throwing knees. He threw a kick in there. He looked a lot better than he normally does. Quentin Jackson did. Matt Hamill really didn't have anything for Quentin. Quentin was really pushing the pace, pushing forward, pushing, for the knockout. He hurt Matt Hamill a couple of times. He just couldn't pull the trigger. He said that he fractured his hand, and he still fought. And if he fractured his hand, it was before the match and before the fight, and still had that type of performance. What can you really say about him? You can't really say anything bad, because he did try to push the fight to finish it without really putting himself in danger. I don't think he was playing it safe. I really believe that he was trying to finish the fight. Do I think that he's ready to fight John Jones? Yes, he deserves to fight John Jones. Do I think he will be able to work with John Jones? No, because John Jones is just going to suck the cardio out of him. His cardio didn't look excellent today. I couldn't see him doing 2 more rounds tonight. He would be dead tired. Could I see him doing 2 more rounds doing 5 rounds with John Jones? No. But it still will be an interesting fight to see. I can't wait to see it. Hopefully they make that match, because he definitely deserves it. But Matt Hamill was truly outclassed tonight when it comes to the main event. He had his chance to really shine and to really put himself in the mix, as they say. So anyway, this is my review of UFC 130. If you like my video, please comment, rate, and subscribe as usual. And thanks for watching. Peace.